with our next guest, representing WXYZ. I believe he played a little bit of college ball too, by the way. I'd like to introduce Rudy Harper.
Thank you so much. And let me say for the record that I do not sing. I cannot hold a note to save my life. So don't ask me to sing. No, first, thank you for having me. And let me also say I am so proud of this group. And you all should be proud of the work that you're doing in the community. As they say, it takes a village to raise a child. And I truly do believe that. And also, thank you for allowing me to share my story on this panel of distinguished guests as we navigate this new normal. Just a little bit about me. I am a reporter at WXYZ, 7 Action News. I work the late newscasts at 11 with my colleagues, Carolyn Clifford, Glenda Lewis, and Dave Llewellyn. So I'm on the clock right now, but they allowed me to pause for a second to share my story. And as you all know, it's a busy news cycle right now. So I'll be brief. But I moved to Detroit almost 2 years ago, and it has been a ride. I've grown to love this city. I live downtown. I think this is a beautiful city with a rich history. So I appreciate the chance to deliver the news here in this community. And thank you for inviting us into your homes every night and allowing us to share the facts. I remember as a young boy, I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and I saw this African American on the news, and I was stopped in my tracks, and I said, "Wow, if he can do it, then I can do that." And come to find out, this guy, his name's Art Holliday. He's still on TV today in St. Louis, and his mother and my grandmother were close friends. So I was introduced to him, and we formed a bond, and he is one of my mentors today. I remember at a young age, he told me how important it is to go to school. And more importantly, he told me to be able to apply for a job like this, I had to have a level of higher education. Some background about me: I grew up in St. Charles, Missouri. It's a suburb of St. Louis. I am a proud product of the St. Charles public school system. Go Pirates. My route to a broadcast degree was through basketball. I was a student athlete at Park University in Kansas City, Missouri. It's an NAIA Division I school. And the challenges that I faced on the court taught me life challenges off the court and life every day. I knew I had to complete my degree to ultimately be on TV. At the same time, I was able to get some hands-on experience throughout my education with internships in the Kansas City community. And before I arrived here in Detroit, I actually worked on air in Kansas City. I started out in a small town of Joplin, Missouri. I went to Mobile, Alabama, and then I went back to Kansas City to be on TV. And now I'm here. We all know that education is a great equalizer. And I know that my journey may not be the same as some of yours. But I do believe in higher education. I think that it allows us to critically think. And as we all know, no one can take that away from you. I'd be happy to answer any questions. I know I was brief in my story about where I come from, but so many doors can open with a degree of any type. But I also encourage people, especially nowadays, that you don't have to take the traditional route to be on TV now. We have these things in our hands all the time, these cell phones, and you don't have to start tomorrow. You can start right now by recording videos on your phone and trying to see what you're like in front of the camera. And you can just, create your own path. You don't have to work for a network of ABC or NBC or CBS. You can do it by yourself too. But to have that higher education, it can open so many more doors. And I think I should also point out too that so many people ask us in the streets, hey, is there an opportunity at the station? Can I come and intern? And can I come by the station? And nowadays, a lot of stations that I see, you have to be in school, enrolled in a college or some type of institution to even get in the door at many stations. So that's something to keep in mind. So thank you for allowing me to share my story, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Rudy. And thanks for still coming through even while putting in work in a 9 to 5.
More than happy to.
So someone has a little message for Rudy. It said, "Say hi to Miss Clifford. Say hi to Miss Clifford for a young lady says she watches Miss Clifford a lot." So now, with our young viewers watching, so we brought together speakers from different backgrounds, different beginnings. Just to kind of show that it doesn't really matter, where you're coming from. Knowledge is still. There's different ways to quote unquote make it. You don't have to end up being a millionaire to make it. There's other ways to be a success in your own walk of life. Our next guest is going to be Christina Green. I'll just call you Coach Christina Green from Wayne State University's women's basketball.
Hi, can you guys hear me? Okay, hi, my name is Christina Green. Unfortunately, my head coach, Carrie Lord, couldn't be with us today, so I'll be filling in for her. So I'm currently the women's basketball graduate assistant coach at Wayne State University. And all that really means is that while I'm gaining hands-on experience and learning, the role as a coach versus a student athlete, I'm gaining my master's degree in sports administration. And I'm just so excited to be here. I could say it's a different story every day. No day is the same, and I'm loving every single moment of it. So a little bit about my educational journey. I'm a product of Southfield, which is 20 minutes outside of Detroit, not even. I went to both private schools and public schools in Southfield, so I'm what you could say around the way type of girl. But I was also told from a very young age, just like our guest speakers, that education was really not an option. Both of my parents have their undergraduate degrees or bachelor's degrees. My mom has her master's degrees, and my dad is also, I would say, a legendary high school basketball coach for the city of Detroit. So I kind of grew up around education and basketball. So I always kind of knew that I was going to take some sort of sport route. I just didn't know which way to go until I got till about middle school, 8th grade, 9th grade is when I figured out, I want to play basketball. So my dad's coaching me, and it wasn't till 9th grade where I realized that I kind of need to start taking school seriously. And my mom was always there to instill that in me. And I would say around sophomore, junior years when I started to take um, school seriously and basketball seriously. And I realized that, this is a dream. I wanted to play college basketball, and I needed the grades to get there. So like Rudy said, it takes a village, and it took a village for me, educationally wise. I wasn't the smartest student. I wasn't the top of my class, but I knew that if I could just complete all my core courses with a B or higher, um, and get all my electives like gym and art. Those are the easy classes for me, by the way. I could get a college basketball scholarship and continue with my dream. So my junior year, I was offered the opportunity to play basketball at Wayne State, and I jumped right aboard. And as soon as I got there, it was instilled in us as student athletes and my teammates and some of my best friends today that education is key. I knew that, I wanted to get my degree. I knew that I wanted to play basketball, but I had to stay eligible. And at first, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And that's okay. It's okay not to know. It's okay to change your major 5 times, as long as it's not during your senior year. But I changed my major after my freshman year, and my coach and my parents actually sat me down and helped me figure it out what it was I wanted to do. And I went from like a kinesiology science type major to focusing more on business and sports in that realm. So that was exciting and cool. And college basketball was a crazy, awesome experience. And now I'm on the coaching side, gaining my master's and getting a lot of hands-on experience. So for any of the young kids out there that, want to play football or baseball or basketball in college, you need the grades to get there. I always, look for that when I'm recruiting high school girls basketball players. Do they have the whole package? The whole package is the student and the athlete, and the student comes first, especially at Wayne State. We want our girls to graduate in our program, either in 4 or 5 years. So that's what I'm looking for when I'm on the recruiting trail. That's what my head coach is looking for, and our assistant coach. So it's really important, if you want to play sports, to stay eligible to play, to get playing time, and to, figure out what it is that you want to do with your life. Education is key. And like you guys were stating that, it opens more doors after college. It opens more opportunities to work, more money. So I'm just really an advocate for academics and the whole student athlete. I think that's all I have for you. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Coach Green. One quick question: what high school did your dad coach at?
He coached at Montford High School, Central High School. So he's they call him Coach Green. Everybody pretty much knows him. You just yell out from down the street, Coach Green. He's turning his head saying, "Hey, what's up?" So
Awesome, awesome. For some of our young student athletes that's viewing through Facebook, I'm glad you pointed that out. What coaches are looking for, talent, of course, is helpful, but the best ability is availability. Are you going to be eligible? So,
mhm.
got to have the grades in order to in order to even be out there playing. So, thank you, Coach Green. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to share your message and a little bit of your educational background with us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Coach, you got one question here. It says, can you tell us what you can do more specifically with a sports administration degree?
Um, so right now I would say in my program, I'm learning a lot. I chose to focus on the college athletic route. So I'm learning a lot of what college athletics entails on a whole, like as far as the athletic director, our equipment manager, our facilities, our business, day-to-day operations, and a little bit of coaching. I would say that I'm learning all of my coaching experience on the job with our team. But as far as sports administration, you're pretty much learning everything you can choose at Wayne State. You can choose to focus on high school athletics, or running a recreation center or college athletics. That's what I'm focusing in on, and I'm getting a greater understanding of what college athletics really entails. I believe I need my sports or master's degree in order to coach on the Division II or even Division I level. So I would say those are the requirements.
Thank you, Coach Green. And also, I'm also